So the first thing here, Stephen, is really doing one room at a time.
Yeah.
And holding each of one of those object angles, what kind of feeling does it invoke? And am I ready to let it go?
Yeah.
But here's the issue though. Some people have an emotional attachment to a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get them to let go?
Well, then it becomes a matter of perspective. What is your goal? Do you want more Zen in your life? Do you want to go into a room and be relaxed? Or do you want to be everywhere you go is a jumble? You know, I say, especially when we're getting a house ready for sale, it's a question of, let's define the room by use. So if you have a little studio, say it's your art room, what doesn't belong in there? Does all your taxes belong in there? No, that reminds you of that. And vice versa, if you have an office, let's get rid of the things that don't really belong in that room. And if you go into a kitchen and people need space, I'll ask them, particularly ladies will have, you know, a shelf with this many cookbooks on it. And I'll say, well, how many of those do you access every day, every week? You know, well, but there's some I love. Yeah, well, let's put it downstairs in the basement. And then now you've got this space that you can fill from the counter, and you've got a little Zen on the counter. So we look for ways to move the checker pieces around so that people can regain a sense of, David Allen, who was an organizer, he said, restore a sense of relaxed control to your life. And I like that thought, relaxed control. So when you go into a space, how do you restore that?
So for our viewers, if they ever want your service or a service of a declutterer,
yeah,
how long does it take? What's the timeline? How long does it take to declutter a home?
Well, like I was saying, then I ask people, how long is a piece of string? I don't.
So on average, are we talking 30 days? Are we talking 60 days? Are we talking less than that?
Well, that's the thing is, for instance, if you've got a ton of things, and I try and figure out what is how hard is it on the people? How old are they? How much can they do? Now I do the physical work and I just get people to decide, keep or go. And then if it's go, I have endless charities that I deal with and drop things off. I even put stuff in front of my house to the disgruntlement of my wife, and I put up a sign that says free stuff. The neighbors call that the outdoor store. And I have regulars that come by all the time. So you can put stuff at the edge of your driveway and you can see somebody actually take it. But it's a question of, what is your end goal? What do you want to achieve in your life for the better, and how you can let go of certain things? So I get people to have a perspective. Do you love this? I love this less. Okay, then this can go, you know. And if it goes, sometimes you, instead of thinking of the monetary value, you think of the thank you value. A lot of seniors will hang on to things because of the thank you value. Oh, I'm going to get thanked by the family for giving them this, or my friend, or whatever. But if they have somebody in particular, they know it's going to, you know, a single mom or a new family or somebody. I have so many people that I give stuff to, and they disperse it amongst the communities. And when somebody knows that, go, oh, I'm glad it's not being junked. It's putting new energy into the old stuff. So again, emotional, psychological, and if there's ways that you give yourself permission to let go, then you achieve the goal of having more Zen in your life, feeling better, especially when you're downsized and you're feeling you're going to a smaller place. It's a way for you to be able to let go. First of all, is it worth anything? And I'll bring in an antiques guy or an estate guy, and they'll say, I'm sorry. I mean, you know, unless it's a very expensive vase, and then I'll put you in touch with Waddington's or somebody. Then you go down the list and you go, okay, the next thing is, does family want it? Okay, then we'll preserve it for family, pack it away. But if it's just donate, let me donate it. And this is the reason it'll go.